Have you ever considered that the greatest enemy you face isn't out there in the world, but right inside your own head? Imagine if the most powerful organ you possess, the architect of all human achievement, was also the biggest obstacle to your happiness, your relationships, and even your survival. This isn't just a philosophical puzzle, it's a reality much closer than we think. Our brain, a marvel of billions of neurons, was sculpted over millions of years to keep us alive in a world that no longer exists. It carries primitive instincts, mental shortcuts that warp reality, and impulses that constantly sabotage our best intentions. From the moment you wake up, you're guided by a mind that isn't always on your team. How many times have you promised yourself you'd eat healthier, spend less time on your phone, or finally tackle that big project, only to find yourself doing the exact opposite? That's not a lack of discipline. That is your brain pulling you back to ancient patterns that make biological sense, but are out of sync with your modern life. It's programmed for immediate pleasure, energy conservation, and risk avoidance. The problem is, today's world demands long-term vision, consistent effort, and courage. This mismatch is where the conflict begins. Our brain, instead of propelling us forward, might actually be holding us back. The evidence is all around us, hidden in plain sight. Just look at social media. Every notification, every like, every 30-second video triggers a small hit of dopamine. That's the same chemical that drove our ancestors to hunt for food. But now, it's not leading us to survival. It's guiding us into an endless loop of distraction and empty rewards. That is why you pick up your phone for just 5 minutes, and an hour later, you're still scrolling. Your brain doesn't know the feed is infinite. It just reacts to each stimulus as if it's vital, creating a silent addiction. And the more you give in, the stronger that connection becomes. It's not just our screens. Think about food. For most of human history, calories were scarce, and finding them was a dangerous game. So, our brains evolved an intense craving for sugar and fat. Today, we're surrounded by fast food, sugary drinks, and processed snacks. The result, a hunter-gatherer brain in a supermarket of endless temptations. It's no wonder we struggle with our health. The brain, which should protect us, ends up sabotaging us. It wants you to eat that donut, regardless of the long-term consequences. This internal conflict plays out everywhere. Our tribal instinct, for example, was essential for survival. Belonging to a group meant protection and resources. But in our interconnected world, that same instinct can morph into intolerance, polarization, and prejudice. The brain pushes us to defend our own and view others with suspicion, even when we rationally know we're all part of the same human family. A mechanism that once saved lives now fuels conflict and division. And then there's procrastination. Evolutionarily, saving energy made perfect sense. If there was no immediate threat, it was smarter to rest. But today, putting things off doesn't offer any real benefit. It just creates stress and anxiety. Yet, your brain still lures you to the couch instead of the desk, to your phone instead of that important report. It's not interested in your long-term success. It just wants comfort right now. Perhaps the most unsettling part is that our brain isn't even a reliable narrator of our own lives. It creates illusions, fills in gaps with assumptions, and even invents false memories. Studies have shown how easily our memories can be distorted. You might swear an event happened one way, when in reality, it was completely different. Your brain isn't a camera recording facts. It's a storyteller, weaving a narrative that makes sense to it. This means your very identity, built on a foundation of memories, could be flawed. Your own mind might be deceiving you about who you are. This is the turning point. The moment we realize our brain, far from being a perfect ally, is also a master saboteur. It keeps us trapped in addictions, makes us believe things that aren't true, and pulls us away from our goals with cognitive shortcuts and irrational biases. It's like carrying an invisible enemy inside your own skull, always ready to pull the rug out from under you. But why? The answer is simple. Evolution. Our brain wasn't designed for happiness or success in the 21st century. It was designed for survival in a hostile, ancient world. Every impulse, from the craving for junk food to the need for social approval, has a biological explanation. The software is ancient, but the world's hardware has been completely upgraded. Abundance has replaced scarcity. Digital connections have replaced tribal bonds, and infinite information has replaced simplicity. This fundamental incompatibility is a source of modern suffering. But don't lose hope. Just as the brain can be our enemy, it can also be trained to become our greatest ally. Neuroscience and psychology have shown us that through awareness and practice, we can essentially hack our own minds. Techniques like mindfulness, cognitive therapy, physical exercise, and building intentional habits can help us reprogram our neural pathways. It's like updating our internal operating system not by deleting millions of years of evolution, but by creating new, smarter shortcuts that work for us today. The key is to recognize the tricks our brain plays. When you understand that dopamine can be misleading, that procrastination is an evolutionary reflex, and that intolerance stems from ancient tribal instincts, you stop being a hostage to them. You gain the power to consciously choose your response. And this brings us back to the central question. What if our brain is working against us? The answer is yes. In many ways, it is. But the great revelation is that we possess the unique ability to observe our own thoughts, question our impulses, and choose a different path. No other animal on Earth has this power. We can challenge our programming. Ultimately, the most important battle any of us will ever fight is not against the outside world, but against ourselves, against the shortcuts, addictions, and deceptions our own brain imposes on us. Winning this battle isn't about destroying our biology, but about understanding it, learning its tricks, and transforming them into strengths. If any of this resonated with you, if you've ever felt like your own mind has sabotaged your plans, leave a comment and share your experience. Your story could help someone else recognize these hidden mechanisms within themselves. And if you want to keep exploring how science, behavior, and society intersect in surprising ways, subscribe to the channel right now so you don't miss what's next. And of course, if this video gave you a new perspective, highlight. That simple click helps us continue creating content that challenges and expands our understanding of the world. Because in the end, the greatest journey isn't outward, but inward into the very mind that guides us, and sometimes tries to trip us up. Thanks for watching.